Yo, what's going on? Top Ben's Only FC episode 57, I think. The FC is for football chat, by the way, where we speak feelings, not facts around here. Super excited to be back, bro. We've been on holiday for a while. Um, Things are going crazy in the South for all the viewers. Snow is here and everything is crazy at the moment. But how y'all doing?
Doing good, staying warm. It's freezing outside. There's 11 inches of snow on the ground,
Man,
but just focusing on soccer.
crazy.
I'm good. I'm in first place. It's always good when you're in first place.
How
I'm
long
not in
have
first place.
how long have you been in first place? That's the question.
Since the beginning.
Day one.
Like, I think it's literally the first week.
Yeah.
Start off on top.
That angers my heart so much. But
There's always next year, Terence.
oh, it's over. Okay.
I'll have to start making some wild picks, Jake. I'll have to have you to make your selections first, and then just do the opposite of you. That's the only way I can make ground.
Okay.
I'm like
Can't make ground.
80 points
That's
back.
not possible.
Hey, and we just need to copy Jake for the rest of it and just see, that way, hey,
That's what
he
Chun's been
wins, we
doing.
win. Chun's been doing that? I didn't even notice.
He does it super sly, but he does it.
Hey, man. I haven't got, my bad, David. What's up?
I said that's why he hasn't won, but what, one time, twice?
Slick.
Got two.
Yeah,
One.
it's definitely been crazy, man, because the 5 points is so valuable. And I feel like, I just got the double yesterday. Super excited. But
Dude, that was insane.
it's been so long though. Like, that's the problem. It's been so freaking long. So I don't know how I'm gonna catch up, but I will.
Next season, if you get it perfect, we get 10 points, and if you get the score difference right, we get 5.
Well, see, the only reason I don't like score difference because a lot of matches are 1-0. So like you easily can get that.
Yeah.
pick.
1, 3,
Does
2.
score difference go both ways? Like if I pick it 3-2, but the other team that I didn't pick wins, do I still get? I got the score difference right, just not the right.
It can't happen.
Yeah.
Why?
Score difference can't happen.
Yeah, it's too simple, I think. But any way we could take Jake out, I'm down for that.
That's fair.
Vote him out.
Just vote him out the league. Hey,
I'll get promoted to the talk shows.
hey, bro.
Jaxon gets relegated back to hanging out with his parents or something. I don't
Hey,
know.
remember, Jaxon, if you end up losing, the girls jump in, you get relegated. So you gotta watch out.
Luke and Jack's relegated. Girls come in.
Girls go.
Jake goes to commissioner.
Yeah, Luke's down there with me. Luke's been bad recently.
Yes, off form.
Since week 1.
Off form.
It's all updated. I got it right here. Let me.
You know who's been actually bad recently?
What's up?
Southampton. 6 losses in a row.
Look,
Jeez.
you know what? That might be a good segue because I'm not trying to come at Luke, but I think me and Jake, it was me and somebody. I was saying like, hey, bro, they just got killed. I think it was 9-0. And I was like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing about them. And some people were commenting, in the text, like, are we just going to bash them after one game? Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, you don't lose like that and recover me.
Then they lost to Newcastle and they lost to Wolves.
Yeah. What do y'all?
They have Chelsea this weekend.
They beat Wolves in the cup and then they didn't show up in the Prem.
Yeah.
So, do we still think he's a good manager? Do you still want, like, let's say there's a club out there, I don't know, maybe is Newcastle better than Southampton?
They're bigger and richer.
Yeah, bigger, richer. So let's say the Newcastle job comes up. Is that somebody you go for? Was it Ralph Hustle? I can't say his last name.
Haaland.
Yeah, Haaland. Yeah. Is that somebody y'all want? Or
I don't know. I think that not getting relegated is the goal with Southampton, right? Isn't that?
It shouldn't be, though.
Well, it was Europe. Now there's like, as long as we don't get relegated.
But going into the season, you're the board. What are you telling him? Hey, man, I really want us to. What are you saying?
Middle of the pack.
At least middle, man. Not get relegated. That's Leeds, Fulham, West Brom, Brighton, Burnley. Yeah. To me, shout out to Burnley, Jaxon, your team. But that's what I'm thinking.
You can promote, or you don't. I don't know if you're hiring somebody finishing 12th through 15th.
That's true. I got you. You can keep that guy. That makes sense.
I mean, to Luke's point about them, about not talking about him, like, freaking out about it. We do it way too often. So I think that's what he was going for, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going for that team or whatever. But it was just like, we do that with everything. Like, I was gonna mess with you the other day. Like, something happened. I was like, oh, gee, I guess their team is done. Like, I guess it's over. They got scored on. Like, it's just like, you can't do that every time. But I do see what y'all are saying. But at the same time, I don't think it's the coach's fault as much as like you said, when you get beat by that much, your morale is zero. Like, you can't do nothing.
And I think, and not to do a whole segment on Southampton, but just smaller clubs in general, I think what we noticed, if you look at the top four, there's not a lot of smaller teams to do well consistently is very, very unlikely. That's why, I mean, of course, top six should be top six because they got the money, but it's like, that's why I never trust them. Because, like, I haven't seen it since Leicester did it, and they've maintained, and they've been like the only one I've ever seen.
So here's a question. West Ham, I'd say they're a pretty big club, London. So is this year a surprise, or is this just like a long time coming? Like they're fifth place right now, tied with points, Chelsea, 4 points from second place.
Terence is gonna say, you can't sleep on them because they can't be slept on with how much money they spent. So they should have been doing this. He said, don't act like they're 2016 Leicester. Like, this squad has spent money.
Yeah.
That's literally the words out of my mouth. We talk like, if you look at their history, yes, it's a long time. To me, it's a long time coming, Jaxon. But I think my question for y'all would be, is this a long time coming and going to be a trend, or is this like a good year and then back to normal next year?
That's what we have to see how they finish this year. 14 games left. A lot can happen. If they lose 6 in a row like Southampton, So that kind of segues into my next question about West Ham. It's the multiple choice question. Where do the Hammers finish? A, Champions League. All right. B, Europa. Slide in there. C, just in the top half. Just finish up there. Or D, bottom half. What y'all thinking?
Great question.
They're 42 points, 4 points from second place United with 46 points.
All right, I'll go first. I'll go top half. I'll go right around 10th. I just don't see it. And you look at the top half, they're only they're 8 points up on the top half with Everton game in hand, Tottenham and Arsenal figuring it out. Well, Tottenham not, but this is about the biggest. They got to be at the end of their slide. You would expect, I don't know. I think that the lower West Ham finish, the better it'll be for their long-term goal, because you don't want to get Southampton or Wolves or there are teams that have had really good years, and then everybody buys their players, and then they're in the relegation battle. I don't know. What's the difference? David and I were talking about it. What's the difference in finishing 6th or 7th and finishing 17th? There's no Europe. Like, you might as well finish lower, keep your players, try to figure something out. Because even Leicester, after Leicester lost all their players, they haven't made a push since.
Man, I think I'll go next. There's just so much of there's such a lack of consistency from about 2 all the way to about, I would say 9. I can't even say 9. Because I feel like Tottenham and Arsenal kind of super inconsistent. So lack of inconsistency from like 2 to 12. So I'm like, I don't have a clue, man. I think if I would have to pick one of those multiple choice, I'm gonna go top 6, only because I think it's a fluke year. So I think they will go higher than normal. And I think bad teams are worse than normal this year too. Because if I were to ask Jake, is Arsenal going to be top 6? Is Tottenham going, if you look at the people that would go above them, who will? So,
hey, quick question, T. We did a segment a couple months ago about Arsenal and their odds to finish top 6. Finish in the top 6. You went 70% chance they're going to finish in the top 6. Do you still stand by that?
Not at all.
Okay. I went 28% chance, and I think I still agree with that.
Smart move.
Yeah, that's what I'm closer to. We are only 6 points off.
You got Man City this weekend.
With a healthy De Bruyne, of course.
Tastes like he hadn't played in 3 weeks and comes up for our game. Okay.
Exactly. David, what you think about West Ham though before we transition?
Oh no, I said it at the beginning. I said top half.
Okay.
It's just I don't see them like I think they could pull out a win against Tottenham. I don't see them beating City, and then I feel like when they play teams that sound like more their speed, like Leeds, that's coming up. I believe it's like going to be a battle. You don't know how it's going to turn out. And then Man U, I feel like they'll beat them, and then it'll be up and down. Like Jake said it. They'll be. I think they're at the end of their what? They're winning. They're like their upward slide. What have you said?
Yeah.
Oh no,
trend.
Yeah, they're upward trend. So I just see a top half situation.
Dang, just top half. Well,
it'd be cool to see a Europa League situation, but
that's what I was thinking. I was like, they could make Europa,
Because think about it, bro. I can see they can get that sick. Look, you got Chelsea inconsistent. Leicester.
I've been stupid consistent lately.
I don't. Look, we'll talk about. You got Leicester. Consistent kinda, Man U kinda, but then it's either Liverpool or Everton. Like,
see, that's why I said top half because I'm gonna pick my boys.
Okay, let's go to them. Let's go ahead. Are they? So they top 6?
Look, they can do it, bro. They can do it.
Anybody can do it.
They have a game in hand, and that's why. Like my point was before is that we were tied with. I think we were tied with y'all, or like a game, like a point behind or something. Like last week before this past game. And I was like, we have 2 games that we're behind them. And even if we lost this first one, as long as we win the next one, we can still be right there. That the makeup game or whatever. We're still right there in the mix up.
How did y'all feel about Man City? Like, I know nobody expected y'all to win, but do y'all feel like y'all played well? Or
like I said, like, dude, what was it? I picked a 3-2 Everton win. I was confident in my boys, but it wasn't because my problem that I have is that Calvert-Lewin's hurt, right? We bought the dude
Josh King.
Yeah.
You bought King and we play him as a sub at wing. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If he's hurt, put him in the middle. Put James out right or whatever. You got Richarlison on the left, put Sigurdsson in his right spot instead of playing him at top as a false 9.
Yeah.
And then get Davies out by, I think, midfield. Just like get him off the pitch.
Yeah, Tom is
like a scared deer out there. Like he does good every now and then, but he looks like a scared deer and then like running through the midfield and then he gets away and then gives the ball up. I mean, I don't know. I don't like him in there.
Do we know anything about Lewin's status for this weekend with the Merseyside Derby coming up?
Is it this weekend?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Yeah. Hey, this your shot, David.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, we light y'all up. Jake, what you think about we got Liverpool, and I really want to ask the same question Jaxon said.
Hold on.
My bad.
And Ancelotti confirms he can start against Liverpool.
Go.
Okay.
All right.
They need it.
All right, keep going, T.
Hey, no, that's good. That's great. Remember I told y'all about 11. His goals is gonna dry up, but that's another story for another time.
I believe it.
So Jake, Liverpool, same as Jaxon. Top 4, top 6, or top half?
Okay, well, I was going to ask you a question, T, about that was my specific question towards you, T. So Klopp conceded the title after they got wrecked in those 8 minutes against Leicester. Okay, and then you're like, okay, Liverpool's done for the year, and then they go out and they beat up Leipzig in the Champions League. All right, so that was my question: how do they finish in the league, and how far do they make it in Europe, in the Champions League?
I bet. Champions League. I mean, they'll win out. They'll beat Leipzig, but I don't think it's around the 16, so they won't make it to the semifinal.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, technically, if Porto beat Juve and Porto get Liverpool or something, like who knows? But I don't think they'll make it to the semis. In the league, I don't know if y'all remember this, but I told y'all I don't trust Liverpool to repeat because they have never been really winners in such a long time. But of course, they got hurt, so I really can't wait to hear what Jake says because I want to ask him, is this like an asterisk year? Like, does this year even count? But I think they'll be, to see them get all the way out of the top 6 would be crazy. But
there are six right now.
But it wouldn't be crazy because they got so many injuries.
But this year has to count because, like Jake said earlier, like he was in the group message, he's saying it's been what, 6 weeks, 13 weeks, or whatever. He's played 13 games when we were talking about whatever his name is, the right wing, the right back. So I mean, they've had time to acclimate to their situation.
That's
Doesn't
true.
mean you can't like. I agree with them. Like they've had time to acclimate.
So I'm
a top 6 team. They can't. They shouldn't be like what's it called? They shouldn't be like given a pass for the year just because they have injuries.
I got you because it's not like it's basketball or something. I mean, I'll say they'll be top 6. It'll be West Ham at the 6th spot, Liverpool at the 5th, Chelsea, Leicester, Man U, City. Kind of like how it is now.
Shoot, I'll say top 6. Was top 4 a possibility? I think the only thing is if they win it all, but Champions League. But I don't see that happening. I probably put them at 6 because, like I said about Tottenham, like you got to expect this is the end of their slide, and hopefully that Champions League victory. I was going to ask if the Champions League was easier than the Prem. Like what? How do you suck that bad?
I was going to say yeah.
Wake up and dominate like that. Like
I think it is.
I picked them to lose and they dominated. I don't know. I mean, it's probably easier just to get up once every third Tuesday and go play a game than it is to do the Prem, you know. But yeah, I'd go 6th. I don't know. And Kabak was man of the match. He was he's in the last week's team of the week for Champions League. I expect him to start a lot now, I guess. I don't know.
He got obliterated though in the Prem, wouldn't you say?
He did, but that ain't the Prem. they're playing. It's not the Prem, man. That's what I've been saying about the Prem.
When did he get obliterated in the Prem?
That the Leicester game. Harvey Barnes came on, sliced up Trent. Like all of the attacks were like on that right side where he was, him and Trent.
The second goal is not his fault. I'm saying he got Alisson crashed into him. He was going to clear it.
I think Alisson came out because he didn't trust the dude. So it was just some marking stuff.
Whose fault is that? Liverpool should have bought him before deadline day, right? And like David said, if you want to win the league, go buy Upamecano for $90 million. Tell him you'll pay him $200 million a week. Go get him. You're Liverpool. LeBron owns you. Like, go spend money. You know, like this. You don't need to sign Kabak and a championship player on deadline day. Like, go spend money. Yeah, I mean, I think they want to say that this year doesn't count, but. Maybe they've accepted it. Maybe that's what it was too.
They got Kabak for like $2 million.
I know.
I doubt he's gonna wear the jersey after the summer. I bet he's gonna go somewhere else.
Oh man! So you think this is just
somebody?
Give him a chance.
They already needed what? Who was the answer beside Van Dijk? Fabinho? Is he the long-term answer? Matip? Who?
It was Matip, wasn't it? Matip or Joe Gomez?
Oh, Joe! Don't forget about you. Don't like Joe, Jake?
Before Joe got hurt, Joe got posterized 4 weeks in a row. No, I think they could have gone with a stud center back and then just used him as the pivot next year, but they didn't.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna pick Liverpool to win the league ever. I don't care. I don't trust them. So
here, let me tell you this.
Yes.
So it looks like PSG's going through. Probably Juve with Ronaldo in second legs and at home, and they have an away goal. Probably Dortmund.
They got a away goal? Oh.
Yeah, 2-1. Lazio Bayern will be Bayern. Atletico Chelsea, probably Atletico. City's going to beat Mönchengladbach, and then Atalanta or Real Madrid, doesn't matter. I don't know if Liverpool beat any of those teams. The next draw is not easy.
No.
Yeah,
like the one team that could be left is Porto, and I don't even know if they go through.
See, that's what I said. The only team I can see them advance to is Porto. So that's all I got. Or Barcelona advance, but they won't. But anybody can beat them. So since we talking about Champions League, Jake, we know we gotta talk about it. You see the young goat in the background. So having this discussion, and I mean, it's kind of, first of all, is Mbappe versus Haaland, is that like comparable since it's a 9 and a 7? But like, what do y'all think about their futures? Are they the true like face of the next football wave? Is this the Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, not like careers, but battles, like, you know, goals each year and stuff? What do y'all think about them?
Man, I don't know if it is, but the media is going to make it like that way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There has to be a Ronaldo Messi. David, when do you remember when it wasn't Ronaldo versus Messi? Like it's
Never.
always. And if it wasn't, it was Ronaldinho Kaká, I guess. You know, like there's always somebody. I don't know. I think that Mbappe had a chance to separate himself, and Haaland said not so fast. And I think that was really important because that's what Ronaldo always did to Messi. Messi would score 2, Ronaldo would go hat trick. Like that's what made him great. I don't know. I do see them separated from like Felix and Rashford, Sancho, especially with the year he's having. I think it would be those two. I don't know if it will be, but right now I think they are a cut above. I think you could put them in that world class tier and also in that golden boy tier at the same time, which is weird, you know. But who's running for Ballon d'Or under 22 years old, you know?
Don't you think Haaland needs to move away from Dortmund?
He just got there. It's been a year. I mean, he
Uh,
has time. He does though.
He will. He won't be there next year. Dortmund's not good. They might not make. They are bad. So he's gone.
I mean,
And I
they're
think-
6th in the Bundesliga.
I think it's
How
straight
much
to the
did
top.
they have to
Too.
get
I think
him?
it's Real Madrid or City. I think he's
So,
done his time. Because there are people that skip that middle step. Like I'm glad that Mbappe did the middle step. I'm glad that he did. I'm glad that Felix did the middle step too. But like you got to think that one of the big four come calling: Real, Barcelona, Bayern, City.
I hope he does. I hope neither of them go to Real or Barcelona. I'd like to see them come to the Prem and do their thing there. It'd be cool.
See, here's the thing though, and I could be just tripping, but like when I think of young Prem talent, I feel like it's most of the time like, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so let me know if I'm tripping. But when I think of young Prem talent, it's usually people who come from like the academy. Like I don't remember people signing like a young talent and them playing. Like
Ronaldo was the last time I.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Ronaldo and Man U, is that like the last one?
Yeah, 2004.
Am I tripping? Like most of the people that come are good, but they're older.
Yeah.
Man, I
Like
don't know.
I mean Pulisic, but he
He's not at that level.
he ain't at that level, but he is young. I give you that. Odegaard on loan.
Yeah.
But he already went to Real Madrid, so like I literally can't think, man. Like y'all tell me.
Nobody on Liverpool. I'm just checking Big Six. There's nobody on Liverpool like that. Shoot, I don't know. Pogba.
I feel like was he young? I mean, yeah,
He would count, but
he
they
can
didn't
slip
play
out.
him as much.
Yeah, they just not playing him right.
That's interesting. Why do you think that is?
I mean,
Elitist.
I would say that too. In the Prem, I mean the youth academy. Like I'm not gonna say the youth academy is better than Bundesliga or something, but like the youth, like the Harvey Barnes, James Madison's, Phil Foden's, Adoy's, like they come out the academy popping, bruh. So it's kind of like maybe they don't need them. I don't know. What y'all think?
I think the other leagues are better about branching out and doing things not overseas per se, but like just in general, branching out and reaching out and getting younger players from other countries rather than all promoting within England or like that area or that Europe, that area that they live in. I mean, Gilmore's from he's Scottish or not Scottish, something. He's not
British, yeah. Not English, yeah.
But
he's
most of the time, he is. That's what I'm trying to say. So like that's one of the ones that they got from outside to be in their academy. But Tammy and Mason and Reese and the rest of them, that's how they do it. And then Liverpool, I mean, don't know. That's how I see it.
All right, Bruno Fernandes was 24. Pepe was 23. That's my two best.
Yeah.
How old? Lo Celso was 23.
Let's say 23, 24.
But other than that, man, that's interesting. I
What
don't know.
about Ndombele? He might be 24. Maybe.
Reguilon was young too.
Okay, I give you Regulon. That's a good one.
Maybe it's Ndombele was 23. Maybe it's just a Tottenham thing. I don't know. That's interesting. I guess like they don't because you think of Alphonso Davies is Mbappe. All of them have moved around. Haaland has moved. Felix has moved. Shoot, I don't. Sterling moved.
Sterling, yeah.
That doesn't really count. I guess I don't know. Is it just like if you weren't raised by the Wolves, you can't come back till you're 30? You know, if you grew up in the Bundesliga, you're not gonna make it till you learn all the tricks of the trade at 29 years old, and then they'll finally call you. I don't know.
Do you think those boys are avoiding it? Like there's something about the Prem that is a turnoff, I guess?
It ends your career. Yeah, your career gets ended if you suck.
Yep.
It's hard.
How many times have we seen that? Some stud in like
Terence?
Germany or France come to a Prem team and just sit on the bench the whole time.
What you say, Dave? You talking about Werner or something?
No, I said Oscar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gareth Bale was probably on his way out, but that dude scored a bicycle kick in a Champions League final. There was a poll on Instagram I saw that Prime Bale was better than Prime Hazard. And this dude cannot even get on the field for the 9th place team in the Prem.
That's a good debate, kinda.
More.
Well, I don't want to talk about Hazard. I'm gonna let that go. But yeah, Jake, I think that's tough, and I think
I voted for Hazard. It was like 55-45 Bale.
Oh yeah, Hazard. Gareth Bale was like probably my favorite player during that time. But yeah, Hazard all day. That boy goated. Not no more. So
some rapid fire picks for this weekend.
Boy, I ain't ready, but we can do it.
Don't lock me in on these.
Yeah, don't lock me in on.
No, I won't. It's just.
I'm just gonna pick who's gonna win. No score.
Burnley, West Brom. Here we go.
Burnley.
Burnley.
I hate Burnley, so I'm going West Brom.
West Brom. All right. Liverpool, Everton, Merseyside derby.
Oh.
Liverpool at home, Anfield.
Liverpool.
Here we go.
The boys, Everton.
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yep.
All right.
It's got to be.
Fulham, Sheffield.
Sheffield by 100.
Please do that, please. Fulham, they were great against Everton. I don't know what happened against Burnley. I didn't watch it.
Is Fulham trying to get out of relegation?
Yes.
You think they can?
But it's kind of working.
Newcastle would have to slip in.
All I know is the Fulham game against Everton. I watched that whole game and they looked amazing. But I don't know if it was a fluke or not.
Really bad.
Was the Fulham beating Leicester a fluke? A fluke?
Probably. I don't think they'll make it out, unfortunately.
Okay. West Ham, Tottenham.
Ooh, Jake, what you got?
West Ham.
Tottenham losing again? I thought they said they broke the streak.
No, I said they got to be coming to the end of it, but that's because they're going to fire Jose. So as long as Jose's still in.
I'm going to go Tottenham, bro.
Agreed. Ooh.
That's hard.
Arsenal, City.
City.
Hey,
hold on, though. Don't sleep. Here's a question. If they lose, is Aubameyang scoring again? Did he break this slump with the hat trick?
He better.
They lose.
What you say?
I think they're losing a shootout.
Oh, okay.
He better.
City doesn't concede. They give like about a half goal a game.
Hey, Abba, what about, is Pepe going to play?
I don't know. We did just play the Europa League game, which could rotate. Let me see who started in that. I know Odegaard assisted Saka, and we drew Benfica.
Yeah, let's have that debate later on, Jake. Saka or Shaka? Who's the better player?
Let me check this game out. I'll tell you, I guess who will probably have to rotate the squad is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Line up. We went
Belonging.
4 at the back, Cedric Gabriel, David Luiz, Bellerin, Jacques Ceballos, Emil Smith-Rowe at Lamb, Odegaard in the middle, Saka at Ram, Aubameyang up top.
That's the move.
Dang, y'all played y'all starters, dog.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all play City?
Pepe came on. When we play, Jaxon? Sunday?
You all play Sunday at 10:30 a.m.
You have to play Sunday if you're in the Europa League. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they beat did they beat Benfica today, Jake? No, they drew. They drew Benfica today 1-1. Saka scored.
Yeah, Odegaard assisted Saka. I mean, it's not going to matter, I don't think, but we should be fit in 4 days, and we're a Premier League side, and we pulled off. Aubameyang and Smith-Rowe didn't go the full 90, so we can. I don't know. We better have people on the bench. That's the point of being a Big Six club. You got people that you can rotate. Pepe, this is a good chance, I guess. Start over Smith-Rowe, bring Smith-Rowe on for Odegaard. I don't know.
Man, it's gonna be tough.
Man, Terence, remember when you were all big on Sociedad a couple months ago, saying that they were like top 5 in the world right now?
They got smashed.
They got smacked.
And it could have been 7. Rashford missed like 3 in the box. So
jeez. Bruno with a brace.
Has Rashford scored in the last 3 months?
He scored today.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Chill out.
And Gareth Bale scored today for Tottenham.
Yeah, I got to see the goal. I wonder what it was like. But
against who?
Wolfsburger.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a city in Russia or something.
I was just checking.
Austria.
Yeah, they're 6th in the Austrian league. Okay.
Or the Soviet Union back in the day. That's crazy. Hey, man, we got to talk about this too real quick. So, City, the title is over. It's a wrap. How good are they? Are they better than Liverpool last year?
Are they better than City 2 years ago?
No De Bruyne, y'all.
We didn't know De Bruyne.
They kill him without De Bruyne.
That's true.
Crazy. And so what y'all think? Is this like a top tier team, or is just everybody else just not good?
I was gonna say I think it's because everyone else is underperforming also, but they are playing very well. I mean, we were talking about Gundogan the other day. I was like, he doesn't do that. Like, he doesn't score 4 or 5 in the last 3 or like whatever it was. Like, he has a ridiculous amount of goals in 3 games, 4 games. I mean, they're just in form, and other teams are just riding the wave, but they're on top.
With no number 9, no De Bruyne, switching up their back four every day, finally got it fixed. Jake, what you think? Jaxon?
Man, no striker, no De Bruyne. And it's over. If Jeremiah was on here today, I was going to ask him where he was getting his tattoo at for the 2021 championship. Man, it's over. I mean, they're probably going to win the whole thing. They could treble this thing. Are they still in the cup, Jaxon?
They
care about cup final.
Oh yeah, because they beat Swansea the other day in the cup. Yeah, they're in the cup.
They're in the Carabao final against Tottenham. They could win the quadruple, no problem.
And they've got Everton in the FA Cup, David.
That's easy. Yeah. So no, it's over, and I'm saying four whole competitions might be over, Terence.
Golly.
And here's my thing, and I think this is Jake. You might have said this at the very beginning on one of our first podcasts, but like, what we forget is like, would Man City would have won last year if Pep was there? Because like, remember, I mean, not Pep, De Bruyne, because De Bruyne got hurt and it kind of messed up their season. Like, should this have been their 3rd title in a row?
Yeah, they weren't that far off from Liverpool last year. It was a tight race.
Yeah, it was close, and then they kind of pulled off.
Yeah.
Let me look at this right here. History. Yeah, they've won back to back and then back to back again. Yeah. No, this would be 4 in a row if they had pulled it out.
It's kind of like the Warriors, bro. It's like last year was that Toronto year, man. Like they would have. You know, they would have, or the Cavaliers year, I guess. They would have won multiple, but got the asterisk. So it's tough.
No, I mean, I don't want to play them. I think they've proven. I'm not going to say that Manchester's blue because I think that's dumb, but they're the best team in England. They've proven it. What the last 10 years, who's better?
Oh yeah.
They won they Aguero 9 years ago, and they've been dominating. Like,
Ever since.
this is the best team in England. This is if England was, if you sent clubs to the World Cup, this is the team that they would elect from England. And
Yeah. No
I
doubt.
don't know what Pep's doing. I don't know if they even need Pep. But it's not gonna. The oil money's not going away. Get used to it.
And what's funny is like, yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. Yo, Jaxon, I don't wanna, you got something to say? My bad.
I'd say City's not gonna get rid of those two center backs anytime soon.
Which ones? They got 18.
I mean, they got Ruben Diaz, and as long as like you got someone else with them, like as long as David Brathwaite can play center back Diaz, and City wouldn't score a goal, or City wouldn't concede a goal.
Player of the year?
Is it Gundogan or Fernandez, right? One of them two?
Let me ask a better question. I was talking to Chun about it. I said there are three. I don't know what the voting committee decides from. I think of three different voting criteria: the best player on the best team, the most valuable player to a team, or the best player in the league.
Best what? Say that again.
The best player in the league overall, the best player on the best team, and the most valuable player to a team. So what came to mind would be like Jack Grealish, most valuable player on his team. Then you got Ruben Diaz, best player on the best team, I guess. And then the best player in the whole league, I don't even know. Bruno Fernandes, probably. I don't know. That's pick from that. Well, and what would you pick? What's most important to you in a player of the year?
Well, coming from an NBA background, I hate that they give it to the best player on the best team, because the best team, like, forget Giannis. So, but I think the most valuable player is Fernandez. But I actually agree with Jaxon. He had said this like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, "You crazy?" But to me, Gundogan looks like the player of the year. But I think it should be Bruno, because the whole, like, bro, Manchester United changed completely when they signed this man. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
I mean, for me, if we're just talking about Villa, this is kind of just this year, but I mean, if they didn't have Martinez as a keeper, where would they be?
That boy cold.
I mean, come on. I mean, they had Grealish last year and they almost got relegated. They made one. They bought Watkins, and then they bought a right back in Matty Cash.
He's great too, though.
Ross Barkley.
And Ricky Ross. Yes, sir.
He's been hurt the last 3 months.
So
I'm just saying,
when he was playing, they were leading the league, bro.
He was. I was saying, where would they be without Martinez? Because that dude makes some incredible saves each game. He keeps them in.
Yeah, that last game, he saved they butts.
I mean, they obviously wouldn't give the player of the year to a goalkeeper, I don't think. They probably give it to Ederson, because he's just got to sit there all game and not do anything.
I mean, that's why I hate the Golden Gloves, because it's the most clean sheets, but it's not. It should be the most saves or some kind of combination.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's got the most clean sheets, but, like, they faced the least shots. They've allowed the least goals. Like, I wonder why. Because Ruben Diaz is the best player in the world, apparently.
And they have 80% possession a game.
Yeah. Terence, you remember when who they put on the plane that night? Was it Otamendi? They put him on the plane and they're like, "You're gone. We want Ruben Diaz tonight." And they were right. It worked.
Bro, it was because that was part of the deal.
So this is crazy. They've gave up 15 goals in 24 games. Okay, didn't they give up like 5 to Leicester?
Oh
yeah. I didn't think about that.
I got their matches right here. They gave
5 goals.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Ouch.
That's a third of their goals to one team. Like, that's insane.
And then I'm telling you, and don't forget, John Stones just revitalized his whole career, bro. Cold at Everton, garbage at City. Now he great. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on.
5-0 to they're 5-2 to Leicester, 2-0 to Tottenham,
And they haven't gave up over a goal since that Tottenham.
Two matches are half the goals they've conceded this year. They played 24 games and 7 out of 15 were in 2 games. Just turn it off. It's done.
It's over.
Right? No, they don't. Not anymore. 10 points clear, 49-15. Their goal difference is 34. Nobody else is above 19.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Gundogan did pick up a knock, though. Is he coming back? Because his hamstring was, like, pulled.
I mean, they're trading.
They said he's doubtful, but, I mean, they got De Bruyne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to ask me something?
David?
No, he said you're asking him something. I said exactly what Jaxon said. I said they're trading Gundogan for Kevin De Bruyne. It's all right. No, you had a question for Jaxon.
It was a while ago, and I went on about City. You're going to ask me something.
No, you good. The only last question I got on my thing is the Chelsea lineup. Like Tuchel, he's winning. It's changed every time. You got the back 5, back 3, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Havertz on the bench. Pulisic's on the bench. Ziyech on the bench. So, what do you do as a manager? Do you play expensive people who technically should be better, I guess? Or do you just play old faithful? Like, how do you navigate? Like, what is the best way to get the most out of this squad? What y'all got?
Man.
I was thinking about this before.
Yeah, what's up, Dave?
My thought process is that Tuchel came in a Tuchel.
Yeah, my bad. Tuchel. That's my fault.
He came in a predicament where they need results and they want results now. So I think he's playing a squad where he can get those results, and especially with the lineup the lineup of games they had coming in, it'd be smartest to play the people with the most experience and not the people who cost the most or whatever the situation may have been. So I think he was going straight for wins, not for like overall like next year motivation, like play Pulisic and playing Havertz and Werner and all that stuff. Because when you think about it, like that's what it looked like Frank was trying to do. He was trying to get his boys that they paid for and all the young guys that were going to be the future for the next year, get them confident. But it wasn't working, and they were not okay with waiting. So they got this guy who's going to give them points now. And if he doesn't give them points now, he's going to be gone too. So I think
he's giving them points.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get them points with the easiest lineup, which would be the older guys. Hudson has proved himself to play on the right side sometimes. And then I think that's why they're playing Werner on the left, because they can guarantee get an assist out of him, and Giroud and Abraham are going to score. But I think come next year or this summer, Werner's going back to the middle, and they're going to start how they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Man, you look at the lineup, and they got, I mean, other than Werner, nobody they bought. Like they're not starting anybody that they bought, and it's working. They're undefeated in 5 with Tuchel. They haven't
that's 5. Yeah, they've got 13 out of possible 15.
They drew your boys. I mean, it's not really that good of a team either. Rudiger, Christensen, Aspie in the back. I mean,
hey, Rudiger's cold, but anyway.
I mean, but when you really think about it, Christensen and 400-year-old Aspie right back playing center back, and it's working. I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised with how well he's done. Why bring the boys in? You got your 4-1-0. Why do you need to bring in Havertz, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic? Why do you need them? Don't rock the boat.
200,000 million.
That's the problem with Chelsea. He didn't want them. That's not his team. That's why you don't trade managers out every 5 minutes, because people buy and then they never get to see what they got, and then you're stuck with these people and you ruin their careers, and then you send them off and they ball out. I don't know.
See, look, David, I want to let you go, but Jake just mentioned my point. We know how this story works. Yeah. We had Salah, we had De Bruyne, we had these great players. They're not gonna play. You're gonna see your boy Havertz at XYZ got 20 goals, 20 assists, and then it's gonna be like, bruh. So, but then
I think those boys will get to play this come this summer, because it's just like you were saying last year, Jake. Like you told me, why buy any of these people whenever Ross Barkley's playing the best games of his life or whatever it was at the time, or Kovacic, and it's like because they're doing good now, but that's not the future. Like, so I think he came in. He wants to get the points now, show everybody that he's doing good or changing anything. He's not. He's just playing the most obvious to get the points. And then the summer, he has a whole summer with the boys. They're not buying anybody, but maybe some defenders or something. But he has a whole summer with the young guys.
Yeah, that was my next question. Thomas Tuchel, he's in charge now. What do you do? Like, what does this summer look like for Chelsea? You just keep them all chill, or what?
I have to buy some center backs.
Yeah,
but we
I
got
think that he could
17.
I think he could end up spending no money and getting in 3 new players, because I mean, you would expect somebody to leave. Havertz, Pulisic, or Ziyech. Somebody's going to go, and then that's a center back right there. You know, whatever money you raise is a center back, and if Conte leaves, like you're talking about, I know. Well, you're on the fence about it. That's Declan Rice. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I think Chelsea. Like, what?
Why do you think one of them has to leave? My thought process is that one of the other guys leaves. Because
Like
Mount,
the older dudes.
No, not Mount. I think Mountain has to stay. That's
Mount. Yeah,
That's a Chelsea
I'm
goal.
thinking the older guys have to go eventually.
like who?
Like what he said, Conte has to go. Will go. And then I think Jorginho, he can go. He's not good. I don't care if he's playing okay. He's not good. He made 2 penalties. Good for him. He holds up okay. He's not good. Like, you get rid of those guys, you have a whole summer with the boys. If they suck next year, you can get rid of them. But I mean, there's no reason not to play Ziyech next year. He's Mahrez, essentially.
Who
You
are you
want to
gonna?
keep Alonso?
Who?
Alonso?
I said no. Ziyech. Ziyech is Mahrez, essentially. That's racist almost, but like they're both on the right. They're the same thing.
yeah.
Mahrez play in the midfield also. From that, you know.
To me, man, and Jaxon, I don't want to cut you off, but like when I look at this squad, the best way to get the most out of it is not the 5 in the back. But the problem is the 5 in the back is working, but like it throws off basically Ziyech or Havertz, like one of those main midfielders who could possibly play and can't play no more because you're getting an extra defender on the pitch. And it's just weird, man, because Ben Chilwell, I mean, he wasn't even playing bad to not play. But I think the biggest thing I would say with the Chelsea thing is we haven't really played anybody particularly good in this stretch. So that's my only caveat. Like, only good team is Tottenham, but Tottenham's not good right now. And the second best is Wolves, and we didn't beat them. So,
I mean, you got Atletico in the Champions League, and then you got United.
Yeah, it's finna get horrible. So
here's a question to you. This is my last thought and question.
For sure.
Is Kepa taking over?
Oh, well, I have been pro Kepa, by the way. One of the few. I think that Tuchel is a great manager in the sense of he said, I'm going to give everybody a fair shot. So I respect that 100%. You can't really do it in basketball as much, but like football, soccer, multiple men sport, you can. You don't go to the Lakers and say, all right, everybody's on the clean. Like, no, LeBron playing, dog. It's a wrap. But I think Kepa, when keepers know somebody else is there watching, I think it helps out. I think it only helps. Like Allison, what you gonna do? They got no choice. So I kind of like keeper battles because even Jake, you got Leno, and I think didn't y'all just buy somebody or
Ryan?
Yeah, Matt Ryan, Everton, Olsen. I don't really like them, but at least Pickford has the at least think about it.
City.
So like, are you just gonna be like hockey and just like switch goalies every night, or just ride with Kepa until
I would
like?
I mean, we ain't played nobody, so I don't know. I think Mendy will still be our number one. If that's what you're saying, like who's our number one? I go Mendy. But Kepa, I mean, hey, he doing the right thing. He playing pretty good.
Do you see one of them leaving in the summer?
No,
they're both staying.
If so, sell Kepa, he'll probably worth more. So get that cheddar back. But yeah, sell Conte. That's why I won't go on. It just makes sense at this time. Conte, maybe a Emerson, and maybe like Rudiger, Zuma, Christensen, one of them. So,
David.
Yeah.
All right. They spent $250 million on Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Chilwell, and Pulisic.
Mm-hmm.
$60 million of that played against Newcastle.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering. I know they didn't expect the boys to show out like they did. Tammy, Mount, and Hudson. They didn't expect them to show out. But now you've got you're too spoiled. How are you fitting 7 people into 4 spots? One of them's got to go.
Well, my thing is that it's not 4 spots if you play it the way they could or they did whenever we had it earlier. Like when you think about it, Druid's going to be gone pretty soon. Like he's doing well, but he's old. He's not going to be playing at this level. I don't think they're going to have him playing at this level for a while. Like, you know, like they're going to be ready to get rid of him as they can. Abraham's a good backup for Werner. And then you have left Pulisic. That's supposed to be his job. He's wearing number 10. I'd hope he can take that back, you know? And then on the right, they can fight for it. Like Ziyech and Hudson can fight for that if they want to. But at the same time, they don't have to have that. Like they can. And then the midfield spots, I mean, you put Mason Mount there because that was the whole problem. You thought that we couldn't have Mason Mount playing the midfield, which I agreed with, but I mean, he showed that he can do it.
Yeah, nobody expected him to be that good.
Yeah, so I think the other problem would be having Havertz. If Havertz can play in the midfield like he did at Leverkusen and just work his way back and forth, then it'll work out perfectly fine. The thing is, if he can't acclimate, then I see what you're saying. Because I was telling Jaxon, I was like, besides the fact that he got there like at the beginning of the season, he was hurt, then he got COVID and was out for 2 weeks, then he got hurt again, and then hurt again, and then he played some and did really bad. But when he came in after he had gotten injured, he got a hat trick in the FA Cup or whatever it was, and then he got hurt, and then he had COVID, and then he hadn't had a time where he was just constantly just going.
Yeah.
Not an excuse for him, but I mean, like, he should be doing better. I agree. Like, I mean, I see what you're saying, though. I just think that I think they can make it work. I don't see why they couldn't make it work. I think people need to step up, honestly. But I'd rather have any of those guys than Kovacic and Jorginho. At the end of the day, like, they're good backups, I guess.
And I would say, and don't forget Man City, like, bro, they got Ferran Torres, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, De Bruyne, Gundogan, like Mahrez, like the squad is loaded. The bench is still loaded too. Like, so it's possible. Like, but I don't know, man.
Do you think that you need? I agree with that. I think you need to have that level of a team, like that kind of depth, to be able to play at the City level, or you're just gonna have the situation where City's gonna run away with it in a season like this.
I mean, think about it.
Playing bad.
We just talked about how dominant City was. That might be the reason why. Like Liverpool won when City's best player was hurt. Besides that, City kept winning. So, like, maybe you know what I'm saying. So
I think it takes a certain kind of player.
I see they leave.
I think it takes a certain kind of player. Like Mahrez doesn't play, and he scored against Everton. Like you're gonna have to bench Hudson-Odoi or Ziyech or Havertz. I don't know. You can't play all 3 of them at the same time. Yeah. And then it's like, do you bench the young boy and ruin his confidence? Do you bench the new signing and not give him a chance to stretch his legs? And which one will be more effective? Because one's new to the Prem, but one's really young. And I don't know, man. It just takes a certain kind of dude that will take the paycheck and sit on the bench 2 games out of 3, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to lie. This is a stretch. They might be able to play all 3 of them, but it's a stretch.
But then
they could, but
then you're not playing.
Well, I'm saying that because like Hudson-Odoi is a winger. That's it. Like he's good at making moves. But Ziyech is a legit, like he plays the ball from the midfield, like a crosser, like early passer, and he can do that. Mm-hmm. The thing is, can he play defense? That's the only thing. Like, can he track back? If he can do that, then I think they can play all of them at the same time.
You go Havertz in the midfield. You go Havertz in the midfield and Hudson at some kind of wingback, fullback kind of thing.
Yeah, and then Mount playing Cam, I guess,
Yeah, it'll be
I agree with you though, Jay. That makes sense. Idealistically, like someone has to take that hit and sit there.
I think the last thing I would say is just it's just the young boys are performing better than the signings. Like Ziyech should be kind of where Adoy is, but Adoy's playing better. Mount's playing better than Havertz. Like everything that was kind of supposed to not happen, like Abraham playing better than Werner. Like the only people that are playing the same is Pulisic and Werner. Like those are the spots where it's like you can interchange them both. Well, Werner's playing good now, so
yeah,
if they play bad like the first half, I mean, you can make subs, bring in the guys.
Yeah,
they got something to prove.
Is it? Are we back to 3 subs now?
It's been 3.
5.
It's been the Prem is the only league that's 3. It's been 3 all year, but you have 9 on your bench instead of 7.
Okay.
So you have a couple more people you can bring. Like that's why it's such a big deal. You always hear him say he was left out of the squad. There's no reason to leave somebody out of the squad when you can bring 9 people.
Right.
Yeah. So it's politics if you ever hear that. Why somebody?
I mean, that's what Wolves. We don't have 9 on to sit on our bench. We have like 4. Then we just bring up 5 guys just for fun.
No, Sheffield doesn't do it. Sheffield brings 17 players. You can bring 20. They bring 17. Chris Wilder says he doesn't want a squad too big. So he doesn't. He refuses to bring the proper amount of substitutions. He says that if you have more than a certain amount, you can't gel as a unit. So he just doesn't call up young boys. He says, screw it. I'll leave my bench empty. I don't care.
Jeez. Probably why they suck.
Hey, man.
I agree. I see that, though.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, any final things before we wrap up?
I can't go with the pod without talking about Wolves, okay? I heard something.
Yeah, for sure.
This is really quick. This is just – it's kind of crazy. I was watching a pod about Wolves. So last year at this time, 24 games in, how good do you think we were?
Y'all were at least 8th.
I know, but like – were we actually good, or were we just like lucky?
Probably lucky.
I mean, because we finished 7th last year.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was with Raul. We don't have Raul. We haven't had Raul since November. And we're 4 points from where we were last year at this time.
It's a different season, though. Like,
can you believe that? That's all. It's all about perspective.
I mean, but what does that mean?
In that situation, because this season it's not the same. Like, this is way worse of a year than it was last year.
I know.
Yeah.
So does that mean
brutal to watch? But we're 4 points off.
Does that mean y'all are better? Like, what does that mean in regards to like the league? The league is worse than it was last year?
Has to be. That's the only thing that makes sense because they're not nearly as good as they were last year.
Okay.
They lost their striker and they haven't won. They haven't been doing good until recently.
Yeah. I mean, we're 12th. If we beat Leeds tomorrow, we'll move into 11th.
Just not that good, Jaxon.
Well, I'm aware. We're gonna have to make some. We're gonna have to dump a couple players come the summer.
I don't even know if it's dump.
Let me pull this up. I'm gonna make.
What do you mean? I think we need to get rid of Moutinho. That dude can barely walk.
He's a legend, Portuguese legend, bro.
And then I'd say we'll be done with William Jose unless he can get 4 goals before the season's out.
What about Fabio?
Fabio's staying. I would like him to go out on loan. Go out on loan somewhere.
You know, people who go on loans in the Prem do not make it in this league.
No.
Loan means gone.
I mean,
I feel like whenever Jimenez comes back, he'll take over, and then whenever that guy comes in to be the 70th minute sub, you know, he'll get better.
Well,
because you send him on loan, he's not coming back to that team. Brewster went on loan from Liverpool, and he was supposed to be the next big thing, and Isaac got relegated with this team.
Who was it? Hold on.
And Jake, you said you got something you about to pull up, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for
No
something.
problem. Yeah, Wolves, man. I still think y'all underperforming. I know y'all lost Raul, but y'all spent cash, bro. Y'all really on that West Ham stuff. Not as good as y'all should be.
I feel like they should get rid of Traore.
Traore could be a possible dump as well. I think we could get something for him.
Y'all probably get a nice little something. At least 40, I'm thinking. 40, 60, right? Is that too much?
I think y'all need a more quality player than him in that position. Because, like, he's not bad, but he's not quality. He's fast.
The thing is he can be insane.
Hmm?
Like, he'll just be explosive. I was like, why can't he just, like, do that all the time?
I mean,
like
he's not quality, like David said.
I'm saying, like, he's explosive, but you can be explosive and have no quality. Like, I could be fast and dribble past everybody and have zero quality.
This man a bag of chips, bro. Like, sometimes they hit
he
with
shows quality. Like, he has some of, like, the finer moments, and I'm like, dude, why can't you do this all the time?
I don't agree with that.
That's what we are this year. Neto can just score a goal and go through the whole team to score a goal.
Neto's quality all the time.
And then Coutinho Neves can send one out from 40 yards.
Neves has underperformed, I think. Y'all don't play him enough, to be real.
Every game? That's not enough.
Bro, I swear he was not playing every game. I promise you he wouldn't.
I mean, probably not in the first 2 games.
Nah, bro. If y'all play 24 games, I'm gonna give him 18.
He's played or started.
I'm talking about started, dog.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going over, not over 20.
Under 20.
Yeah, 20 and under.
He has played in 23 matches.
How many you start? 18? Bet I'm right. No, I don't know. It ain't that big.
Are you counting an injury or just like him just sitting on the bench?
Yeah, I didn't know if he got injured. I just know I was like, bro, where's Neves?
He had a child, so he missed the Palace game for that. You know, this dude's only 23.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stupid young.
This is insane. I would have said like 27, 28.
What you say, Jake?
Is older than this man.
Jake, what you say, bro?
I didn't say anything. Terrence, let me tell you about the table from last year. I found the Premier League table from week 24 last year. You can't see it, but it's all terribly made. But the difference between 19th and 5th was 11 points in match week, the same match week that we're in last year.
What's the difference now? 20?
Dude, here, I don't know. Let me see. What did I say?
Probably
19?
30.
Yeah, the difference in 19th and 5th right now is 29 points.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't they got like 11 points to 42?
Yeah. And it was 70 for Liverpool, 51 for City, 48 for Leicester, 40 for Chelsea, and then everybody else was under 34. But nobody was below 17. It was such a weird year last year. Like, yeah. I don't know if we can compare anything to last year, Jaxon. And I don't know.
Liverpool fluke.
Hey, Terence, I found it. He has started 19 of the 23 games.
I was in there. So he's played more than I thought. So I give you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, hey, that's crazy.
Terence,
last words. What's up?
Leicester were third match week 24, and they were closer to relegation than Liverpool.
Wait, say it again.
Leicester were in third place in match week 24, and they were closer to getting relegated than they were to catching Liverpool.
But that Liverpool gap was.
Oh, dude, no, City were too. City were 28 points off the drop. It was 19. Okay, never mind. But they were second place was 28 points off the drop, 19 points off the leaders. That's crazy.
Man, I'm at the call Tanner, bro. I think Leicester was a fluke year last year, dog.
Liverpool.
I mean Liverpool. My bad.
All right, y'all get ready tomorrow. Wolves leads. I'm going for Wolves. Tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Oh, we got picks due tomorrow. Bet. Let's get it.
Yeah, picks due tomorrow.
Plus 38. Don't forget it for now. It'll be higher next week when we get back here.
Trash.
I won't be last place next week. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Well, hey, shout out to Luke, Chun, Jeff, Jeremiah, and all the rest of the people in Top Bins Only. Man, we are back. Video should be coming on the regular. Stay tuned. Check us out on Instagram, Top Bins Only _FC. And hey, we out of this thing. Peace.